Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. For the day we're going back into some of the worst posts of r/insaneparents. So I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend because, yeah, keep your hands and feet inside the video at all times. Let go. Getting this gift as a 10-year-old and having my grandma pry it open with a knife and then whoop my butt for having thoughts and feelings is my villain origin story. I honestly wonder how many people don't keep a journal as a result of this, and I rarely think of it as a trauma, but never writing down your thoughts and feelings anywhere because you weren't entitled to privacy and punished for even making the attempt has some lingering effects. Yeah, very much letting your kid have some sense of privacy is something that's always good as a growing up factor, but more so for me. I just got the nostalgia flashback of this plus the video now. I got the video now, my sister was the one that got the journal. But yeah, please just do let your kids have some sense of privacy, because it's very much important. Then, and it does do this little thing called, you know, building trust with your kid. My mom just found my birth control and has left 5 missed calls. I'm on my way home now. Pray for me, besties. Y'all, she just called me this and is giving me the silent treatment with an occasional snide remark. I can live with that. I'm okay. Bless y'alls for the concern. Yeah, you know, God forbid your parents happen to find your birth control. You know, meanwhile, you could be out there doing so much worse. You know, God forbid you do a little thing that keeps you from getting pregnant and having to make an 18-year commitment is a very bad thing, I guess. And remember, tomorrow at 3 p.m. there's an emergency test, so your phone will make a loud alert.
Thank you, my lovely. Please switch off all of your gadgets, including your computer, because they are going to release radiation. It is part of the scamdemic link to the beer virus. They want to injury more people. Yes, the injury do be coming in through the phones. They're using radiation to control your mind. It's all in the facts. You watch it on the news. It's all reliable, and you know it's very much dog water. Hey, remember all of the times I would text you as a teenager and you would not respond? Huh? Where did that come from? Just think you deserve the same treatment as an adult like I had to deal with. That was really just gonna ask what the entire nationality was. I literally live with you, and you never wanted anything to do with me while I was there anyways. And now suddenly at my grown age, you wanna teach me a lesson? Remember when you faked hurting yourself for the family's attention, and then let the lie ruin your life? Alright, I see you've been holding in ways to offend me and hurt me, so I'll excuse myself and remove/block your number. And an offing attempt at 17 years old is not a lie. Neither was the 3-month stay at the psych ward you refused to pay for when you signed away your parental rights, so I had to stay until I was of legal age. Discussing this at almost 30 years old is absolutely crazy. Please get some therapy. You're always where it be like your mother. How are you feeling? Did you make it to school? Listen, it could take weeks before you get back to 100%. Just have the substance up in Advil and go to school. They will help you get caught up. Just imagine you had to go hunting to survive even though you felt weak and tired. Go the extra mile, girl. I have gone to work so many times in my life when I felt like Dookie. You can do it.
Yeah, but there's the difference between those times and, you know, the beer virus times is that it's highly contagious, and, you know, a lot of people have actually died from it. Even though it's a 2% of a million is still a pretty dang lot, and I know there was a lot more than that.
Please see the following monthly expenses breakdown. $50 a month for rent, $30 a month for food and groceries, $20 per month for cell phone service, and Please see the following monthly expenses breakdown. 1. $50 per month for rent. 2.
$30 per month for food and groceries. 3. $20 per month for cell phone service. 4. $10 a month per gas and travel, totaling $100 a month. This amount is due on the 1st of every month. However, in the case you are unable to pay right away, you will be given a 5-day grace period. After that, we will reevaluate your need for extracurricular activities and relationships. Also, you owe $100 per month for every month you are secretly in a relationship. This is called retropay. That is called dog shit. Can't say the word on YouTube. How does one teach a child to respond to their name and come? Secondly, how do we stop the 10 million tantrums? We've started spanking for screaming when we say no, but shouldn't we be doing it sooner? We are first-time parents to a 15-month-old girl, and up until the other day, I thought she was fairly obedient. Well, about 2 weeks ago, her big emotions appeared, and my husband and I are like, what the heck? Where did all this whining and fussing and tears come from? Then, we were at an appointment, and a speech-language pathologist, not there for medical issues, asked if she responded to her name, to which I replied, yes. I was then humiliated for the rest of the session by my daughter not responding to her name once and continually doing things I asked her not to do. When we got home, I tested it in that environment also, and she only responded about 10% of the time. If I speak more sternly, it up to about 20%. Her hearing is fine because she is very responsive to other things. So let me get this straight. You're getting upset and, from the looks of it, sometimes a little physically violent with the kid that is 15 months old for not responding to their name. Maybe taking into the fact that they're 15 months old and maybe they don't recognize who the shit use is. If the moon is 250,000 miles out in the darkness of space, how is it possible for there to be a blue sky behind it? You know, I never really had thought about that, to be honest. It's a conundrum, or we should question the narrative more. I'm so sorry for your public education. Mine wasn't great either, and neither was your dad's. Homeschooling wasn't really a thing, though, for us, at least remember. Somebody please tell me that there's some kind of prerequisite of whether or not you're qualified to homeschool your kid, because, I know for a fact you don't qualify here. I'm Gen X, and I have a huge problem with how I am left carrying the weight for millennials. For example, I'm 42 and my daughter is 22. She decided a while ago that she does not want any kids, and she is actually getting a procedure for sterilization next year. But those souls needing to come into our family for ancestral or karmic reasons still need to be born, and so I'm stuck birthing and raising 2 babies who should have been born to her, but can't be because she's too selfish to have kids. We joke about how my 1.5-year-old girl, her sibling, is actually hers, but she just didn't want to have it. But deep down, it's not a joke. If she wasn't so selfish, I wouldn't have a toddler daughter right now. But let me have a search party in order to find the all-seeing question that I do believe that you need to understand. Who asked? So let me get this straight. You're saying that because millennials can't afford to have a kid in their early 20s like you, then you're left carrying the weight because for some reason you feel like there's some kind of obligation for you to carry on your genetic bloodline. Great. Yay. I love people like this. Really is weird that there are people out there that still, to this day, will not understand that, you know, shit was a little more cheaper 22 years ago. Then, you know, you don't have to make that kind of a commitment to have a kid. Nobody nobody's legally obligating you to, and the people that try to pressure you as such are honestly really weird. Like, if I don't want to have a kid, there's nothing you can do to change my mind. If I don't want to have a kid, I don't want to have a kid.
Why would you write that? I'm serious. Take it down. You have responsibilities as a part of this family. Absolute responsibilities. You have to fulfill your part. So take it down now. Don't be an idiot. No one who cares for you will think it's funny or ironic or anything. Enjoying help and stuff from your parents? Enjoy the involvement in your life? Do ya? Well, you simply don't get it if you run outside the umbrella of reasonableness. This is all just because the person came out as bisexual on Facebook, and God forbid the parents seem to have a bit of a problem with that.
What? You said you will. I would have appreciated consideration for what I may be doing and planning a time to cook together than just expecting it. What has gotten over you? Where are you? And the screenshots. I need $2,000 from you every month starting now. You must pick up and drop off your brother, you must clean the house every Saturday, and you must inform me of your whereabouts at all times. More to come. Person's 25. Why don't you just tell them that you want them to move out? Because I can guarantee you there are 100 different places within a 2-mile radius that not only would treat you better because you don't have to deal with that in the house, but at the same time probably be a couple $100 less per month. So if the trade-off between that and another option is, well, basically holding your sanity, I'm very much certain that I would pick option B.
So, I recently found out that my 13-year-old has been using more than the allowed 30 minutes of screen time per day. I took his PlayStation and phone away and reduced his allowed time to 15 minutes per day. How do I make him follow these rules? Maybe make it so that the rules aren't so jack weird that you won't be able to even play a round of the game.
Seriously, video games have been around for how long, and people still think that every single video game, whether it be online or offline, has a damn pause screen. Like, in all seriousness, that 15 minutes isn't even a strike for me in Destiny 2. And all of that factoring in loading up the game, the console, and everything even then. And for the people that say that their kids are only allowed to go watch for so and so many minutes and then they have to go outside play with your friends, please don't let your kids come over to the retail stores and bug the associates. Like, seriously, school's starting back up. I've already had to deal with kicking out a couple of kids. Please just let your kids stay inside sometimes.
What do you mean rugby is not for you?
Mom, sports isn't my strong suit, and I'd rather use my time on something that I'm good at.
So are you just going to be a failure in life? You think being a musician or artist is something worth my money raising you?
It's your duty as my mom to get me educated. I don't know why you're being like this to me on my final year of high school. It's bringing me unnecessary stress.
Soon enough, you will be the man in the house. It is your duty to provide in the family and control your household. Is this what you learn at school these days? Are you being told that men should just sit at home by your teachers? So you think that you are grown up enough to be telling me that I'm giving you stress? You don't even have a job or a child to provide for, and yet you have stress? When we go to church, I'll go to the pastor and ask him to have a talk with you on the responsibilities of a man since I give you stress. I'm not cooking for dinner. You're grown up.
Oh yes, because don't you know, if your kid is having stress, lo behold, school is a wonderful, unfortunate result of stress, or, you know, a good old cause of it. No, that gives you the justification to just straight up neglect them and, you know, tell them they have to be a man, you're not cooking dinner because apparently you're an adult. Yeah, no, this is grade A parenting. You deserve the #1 parent mug.
I need your clothes.
Sorry, I can't talk right now.
Pick up. I need your pooping. You know, I never ignored my mother's calls. So sick of the disrespect. It's constant. And you weren't pooping the other 10 times I called. And if you picked me up the first or second time, I would not call back. Tell your therapist that,
Yeah, I'll be glad to tell your parents, they're your therapists, that your parents don't know what privacy is, let alone knowing that you can't really answer the phone when you're taking a dump. God forbid they be on the moral high ground, whereas the parent very much are not. Yeah, you could just guarantee this is the type of parent that would know for a fact use the back in my day card. Yeah, well, just here's a perfect answer for you. Back in your day, you had a rotary phone. You didn't have a mobile phone. And that's a lot nicer than my other one, because the initial one that I thought of was, yeah, back in your day, the phone wasn't invented yet.
Is anyone a chiropractor or a physical therapist in this group? Or do you have experience taking your babies to them? I noticed an issue with my son's left shoulder this morning, and he has been struggling holding his head and body up in tummy time. It's actually really stressing me out. Does this look fixable? Also, my mom dropped him on his side a few weeks ago, and now I'm afraid he's dislocated his shoulder. Many advice is welcome.
Okay, I know for a fact that baby ain't have a dislocated shoulder, because last I checked, those things hurt, so, you know, baby gonna be screaming in pain, and that's not the scenario that you have right now. Also, why are you asking for a chiropractor? Yeah, you're asking somebody to pop your kid like a glow stick. But with that, that is going to have to be with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up the most internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Hope you guys are enjoying these longer format videos with a couple of the different editing changes, because I like to innovate on myself. So, you know, I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.